Hey guys, welcome back for another lesson. Today we're going to be discussing legato. And I know it's a much over-discussed topic these days, with a lot of players diving right into legato and that type of technique and that style. But I wanted to share these ideas with you because these are basically my ideas that were inspired by Allan Holdsworth, who was a major influence on me growing up and whose sound I've always admired and really took it to heart as a way to play the guitar for myself. And this is nothing that these ideas are not direct takeaways from Allan or his style or his harmonic approach at all. They're just inspired ideas, and just trying to channel the inspiration that I feel when I listen to his playing. So let's get on with it. Example 1 comes from the C major scale, and basically what it's doing is it's just going in this kind of like this slippery kind of sliding kind of approach, because I really couldn't do 4 fingers on the fretboard. Still can't do it consistently, although it's better than what it used to be. But it kind of starts around the Locrian mode, where it starts on the B note, and it does this you would do a downstroke, and then you do a hammer pull off, and then a slide. Then another 2 hammers after that. And that's really what the idea is. The concept is that I wanted to just get this, this. Just wanted to get that type of sliding motion, the type of swirling that the dizziness that I would feel sometimes when Allan would take a solo and you listen to those lines flow and the direction just changes all the time on you. So that's where that idea came from. So yeah, I like that. It's a nice thing that you can do fast in little short little bursts, where you can add it into a line, a much more flowing line. So I'll play example 1 slow for you, and you can take a look at the PDF and follow along. Alright, moving on. Example number 2 comes from the E minor pentatonic scale. And I still have a hard time with this one. I can't really gain a lot of speed with it, but it was a cool idea. It incorporates some string skips and some slides as well, because you want to get those large interval sounds, and then the sliding motion, and then resolve it into somewhat of a blues idea. So it starts around the 5th fret on a D. It's like a 4-note phrase. And it goes to the 9th fret on the G string, and it goes 9, 12, 14, slides up to the 16. And then it ends with basically the top of the E minor pentatonic scale. So, alright, so I'll play example 2 for you really slow. You can follow along with the PDF. Alright, moving along, example number 3 basically goes back to the C major scale, and we add a little bit of chromaticism, now employing 4 fingers on the fretboard. But now what I'm doing is I'm just filling in the gaps between, basically, it's almost like a Aeolian idea, and we're just filling in the blanks on the upper part of that. So that's filling it in. But what I did is I started with the 3rd finger on each one of these, so it would technically go 3, 4, 1, 2. So that's the order of the fingering. It's almost a jazzier line, almost kind of bebop in a way. So, but that's really nice to kind of fill in those blanks and get some of that chromaticism going too. So I'll play example 3 now and follow along on the PDF. All right, example number 4 now basically is continuing that same type of approach, but now we're starting more in the realm of Aeolian mode, and we're still filling in the blanks, doing more of an ascending line. So what we'll do here is we're starting on the 7th fret, and we're going 7, 5. So 7, 5, and then 8, 9. And then we're going to continue downward. So yeah, let me try that again, going back down again. So descending from, after we get to the top of the scale here, we're going to go to the 10th fret and go 10, 8, 11, 12. And we're going to follow down the Ionian scale and go 10, 9, 11, 12, 10, 9, 11, 12, and then we're going to shift to right under the root note and go from 8, 7, 9, 10. So that whole lick there. And I'll play that example slow so you get a bird's eye view of that one. Follow along on the PDF. Idea number 5 now continues through the C major scale, and what we're doing now is we're employing 4 fingers on the fretboard. Now this one I kind of use as an exercise as well to get myself warmed up here, because it's a great one to stretch the hand out. I just can't gain any speed on it, I'm not going to lie, but it's basically going through Aeolian and kind of goes all the way across, starts low and ends really, really high. So I really can't get that fast at all. Allan could, but I can't. So I will play that one for you slowly. Follow along on the PDF as well. All right, moving forward, idea number 6 continues with the 4-fingered ideas. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be basically doing like an extended reach. It's almost like a first finger kind of movement. What we're going to do is we're going to overstretch, almost like a pentatonic, extended pentatonic, and then we're going to come behind it with the first finger and repeat. And this is now in the key of G major. So again, that's another one that you just have to get it as cleanly as possible, that shift in there. It can be really handy, especially if you're turning some phrases around. All right, so I'll play that one slow so you can get a look at that one. Idea number 7 is out of the C major scale yet again, and what it is that we're doing 2 notes on adjacent strings. They are going in the same direction. You can experiment with this type of concept and do 2 notes in one direction, 2 notes in the other direction. But what I did here is I had, I just remember Allan saying that he was doing no more than 2 notes per string in any sort of direction. So, and that was years ago in an interview. But the idea I came up with was example number 7. So really, really slow. It's just doing 2 notes per string, and then we're reversing it, okay? I like that one. I like that concept. It's very hard to get it fast and articulate. Sometimes the faster you go with that one, the more mushy it sounds if you're not articulating it well. Like most of these legato ideas, really. So you have to make sure you're trying to get your articulation just right. It's something I work on all the time. And the more I practice, and you have to practice through an amp, because otherwise you're not going to really hear all the other extraneous string noise going on too. So some of the muting, even for me, I have to go back and work on muting things all the time to try and get them clean. So, all right, so I'll play idea 7 up close so you can get a look at that one, follow along on the PDF. All right, the last idea comes back from G major. So now we're back in G major, Ionian scale, the major scale. And this one is basically doing 3 notes in one direction, 2 notes in another direction. So this one you kind of get a little bit of that swirling effect, which I like. And it is good to augment this and do longer lines with it. But in this example here, I just wanted you to get that concept of 3 notes one direction. And then what we're doing. So it's nice because you can take that, you can reverse that, starting at 8, like ascending, and then spin it around and go descending. And then you can come out, basically you can combine some of those ideas together. So it gives you some fuel to add to your fire when it comes to legato and things that you want to work on. So I'll play example 8 up close so you can get a chance to look at that one. And remember that you can check out my TrueFire room also online over at truefire.com. And you can always message me, email me, let me know about topics that you want discussed, and I'll be happy to do my best to add some information guitar-wise into your life. So until next time, as I tell all my students, stay true, stay on fire.